Mm.
And we
Hello,
are
ladies.
live.
Live. Yeah, we are live tonight once again. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? If you can hear us, if you can see us, please kindly put it in the comment section that you can see us and you can hear us. If you can hear us, you can see us. If the network is good, please kindly put it in the comment section that you can hear and you can see. All right, thank you. We'll be expecting that. And while that is happening, Um, though I have to apologize, I heard this night that the fact that my face can't show where I am currently is not conducive for a live stream. But what has to be done has to be done. So, well, my name is Brother Dapo or Dapo for short. And I work in the marketing department for Rep 360. And with me tonight, I have Josephine, who is our admin boss. Our the one that ensures that we all stay in line. Okay, so today today is supposed to be the weekly recap for this week's edition of Financial Gbasgbos. And I want to trust that everybody has had a wonderful time so far. So we are just basically going to be going through some of the high points, highlights that have defined the topics of the week, and then we will take questions and answers, and then we call it a day. We might not stay till 9 o'clock today. We don't expect to stay till 9 o'clock today, but then we never know. We don't know where the spirit can carry us. So just be ready, but be ready with your questions. Be ready with if you have any insights you want to add, if you have any things you want to share, be ready with them so we can take them. Now, Josephine, so I can see, because I'm joining as a guest, I cannot see the comments from people. So you can do well to highlight or to display whatever comments people are sharing in the comment section on either Facebook or YouTube, as it were, so that I will be able to see them. Or maybe you might just call out the question anyway, because my screen is very tiny since I joined from the phone. Okay, so um, all right, yeah. So Joe, over to you. What are we looking at first? What are we recapping on
Okay,
first?
so yes, thank you so much, brother Dapo. It's good to have you here, and it's good to be back again on this virtual
Yeah,
stage. Thank you, everyone, for
yeah,
tuning with us,
yeah.
joining in, and being a part of this. Today is day 19. We've been on this journey since July 1st,
Mm,
and we are still on the journey. All right. So for this week, we sort of went into money and mindset, right? Last week we looked at insurance, investment, like that, and this week was just the individual or the investor and whatnot, and the mindset that you have. And we looked at it in different aspects. So the first thing we talked about
mhm.
is wealth has no gender.
Yes.
Also looked at visibility as an investment, not necessarily an expense, like not looking
Mm,
at it from the lens of it being an expense, right? And then we also looked at the right
yeah.
behavior around money, the right behavior around money. We had a professional psychotherapist, walk us through that particular topic with TMO, right? And
Yeah.
excuse me, we also had, that was yesterday, Coach Adetutu Afolabi talking to us about
Mm,
marital money. So that's more like, as a couple in your marriage, the things that you
yes.
are to do, yes, together with your finance and all of that. So
Yeah.
basically, like I said, it's with money and the mindset, individual mindset, how we see money in
Mm,
itself. So yes, to kick off right from Monday,
mm,
sorry, not distracted. Yeah, the 15 on Monday, which is wealth has no gender. women should have their own money too. So there is already a, what's it called now, general opinion that the men are, the breadwinner of the family. They're supposed to
Yeah.
cater for the family. They are supposed to take that responsibility and be like, yes, this is my family, it's my duty to do this and all of that. It's better to
Yes.
defend that, yes, it is. But there is
Yes.
also another person in that relationship, because we looked at it from the aspect
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
the scripture as per, one will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000, and then marriage in itself is as two becoming one. But though we didn't go for them deep into
Yes.
marriage in aspect, we looked at it as female in general, because even in the house,
Mm-hmm.
your brothers are the ones, maybe your daddy
Mm-hmm.
wants to do something that has to do with like technical issues or even money
Yeah.
discussion, it's your brothers they will call, or your female your male cousins or something like that. They will not necessarily think of you to add you to that discussion, whether it's a business conversation,
Yeah.
except it's something maybe you
True.
brought it up. Even some of your ideas sef that you brought up, they will just take it and say, okay, okay, thank you for your suggestion, and then work with it like that. So we did not just dwell on a wife at that moment. We also talked about as a girlfriend, even as a lady, a single person, you should have your own money, and don't also see, you should marry for love, right? Don't marry for financial empowerment or financial freedom. That was one of the things that was mentioned. And also you should be able to defend yourself even as a female.
That would be a really deep controversial one, oh.
I'm telling you, you want to buy
Hey,
these things, you
in a
go
world where
you
everybody starts
go for,
shouting,
I'm with you, sorry. Are you there?
yeah. So I was saying that the yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, Joe. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay, so
I can hear
I
you.
just think that maybe the network is a bit laggy on my side. So I was saying that the part of don't marry for financial empowerment, marry for love. I was saying that can be a significantly controversial one at this time, because and controversial not because what she said is wrong. It's not wrong in any way, but because I feel like people have gone through such a huge amount of hurt and anger and bitterness over the years in the hands of their spouses, that they have now come to the conclusion that certain, like, okay, let me put it this way. So there is what I call, when I say that a dysfunctional environment leads to a dysfunctional outlook. So there are certain beliefs that we now hold, certain ideas on how to do things that we now hold, that some of us hold, that we think makes sense just because the environment we were raised in, showed us the wrong side of life. So a person who watched maybe his sister, um, or yeah, his sister marry the man that she loved, and maybe she supported the man, she was, she also she stood with him, they hustled together, all of that, and then when the guy eventually made it, or when he became rich or something, then he started going for younger girls, or he started going for finer girls, and then you now hear people now come up and now say, don't marry for love, or marry for money and everything. But then if you now really think about the marry for money idea, you now ask yourself, do you think that the man who you are marrying for money does not know that you are marrying him for money? You think the man is stupid? Like, you don't think that the man actually realizes that you are only with him because of the resources that he can provide for you, which also means that he is at liberty to push certain things your way.
Mm.
So if he realizes that, oh, all you value is money, and I mean, actually need to make a video about this because it's it's a serious issue. So
Really.
he knows that you are dependent on him for the
Mm-hmm.
resources, and trust me, he will abuse you for it. That's why you hear a lot of stories um of women who got married to really rich guys, and the guys started abusing them because they were financially dependent on the guy. They were dependent on him, and he knows that you can't leave, because if you leave the lifestyle that he has put you on, you
Mm.
cannot get it elsewhere. So they are in a trap, and people don't realize that. So the person who said don't marry for love, marry for money, thinks that she made sense until somebody ends up in a marriage where she is financially dependent, 100% financially dependent on the man, and then the man takes her for granted. So I think that was very, very, very interesting point. I just wanted to add more flesh to that before you continued. That was why I had to. Yeah, so let's go on.
Ah, yes. No, Allah, thank you so much. Yeah, so still on that, we Tachi shared some stories and insights. ATM also mentioned you know, some personal examples, and the fact that she's able to acquire properties even on her own without waiting for her husband. Just having to buy time, having to be able to pay for services that does not necessarily require her to now say, okay, oh, my husband, give me money for this or something like that. You get? And even for me as a young adult and someone that is not married, I don't, I always genuinely don't think that it is enough to put your own financial responsibility on another person. Aside being a male or female now, it is very wrong. We have some people that actually depend on sugar money, on like some guys, but that was not the topic of discussion. It was majorly focusing on the female gender, because there's always this notion that females have to be dependent, they are the neck to support the head,
Yeah.
all of those things.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so then on Tuesday we had TMO with Chris, and we looked at the sort of part two of the visibility discussion. So on this day, we looked at visibility as an investment and not not necessarily an expense. Fine, you
True.
have to buy gadgets, you have to create time to shoot content, you have to do so many things. Even buying data gone is an expense on its own. But what's the um essence of that teaching, or the basis of that teaching, is for us to understand that I'm doing this for a long term. I am running a marathon, not a sprint. You understand? So I'm doing it because I want to create value. I do it over time, something I'm consistent with. In the long run, it will pay off. I don't It's not a quick rich scheme or get rich quick scheme, right? It's something that I'm staying on it,
Yes, that's
and
true.
I believe that in in over time, or in some years or some months to come, this thing would pay off eventually. So the first part of that teaching was actually, you are broke because nobody knows you, and it is important that you put yourself out there. So I will not say friend, or more like an acquaintance, yes, because we don't really talk that much, and it really does open words big now. One thing he said is that if you are doing something and you know you are good at that
Yeah,
thing,
for you to get help.
document it
Not
and push it
that
out.
when
Because
we talk about visibility,
see,
we're talking about visibility online, like building an audience around maybe your personal brand, your or your interests. So people can build people can build audience around all sorts of things. People can build audience around, you can build it around interest, you can build it around a product, build it around a business, you can build it around yourself. So there are different people build audiences. But the word visibility there just basically, um, you know, speaks to the fact that you should be you should be known, you should be seen. Oh, my
Yes.
network, it's my network. Oh, wow, it's my network.
Okay. Uh, thank you. Please drop in the comments, ask your questions. This is a session that we are free to ask our questions. Let us know what you've learned, what you've taken from the topics that we've had so far. This week we've looked at money and mindset, money mindset basically. And we looked at wealth having no gender, visibility as an investment, the right behavior around money. And yesterday was so loaded. All the discussions have been loaded, but yesterday took me to another level, honestly. Marital money matters, Yes, let us have your questions. Let us also hear from you the things that you were able to pick from the conversations that we've had, during the course of the week. So I was saying something under visibility. I was talking about an acquaintance, right? That would always say something. If you are good at something, document it and push it out, because there will be someone that is looking for that service, that is looking to have what you are doing. You are a professional in this aspect.
Yep.
Don't just keep quiet. Let people see that I'm a professional. And some of the insight, or even the practical examples that we're giving to, we were trying to weigh two products together. Chris brought it up that,
Mhm.
okay, fine, look at OPay and look at Money Point. They are both
Mm.
visible, but the medium or the platform that they showcase uh content is different, and their target audience are also different. It's more like the two companies understand that this is the people I want to target, and this is where I will get them, so this is what I'm going to do. Opay, you will see them, any apps that you have on phone or something like that, you see Opay pop up and all of that. Then on Money Point, you see them on TV, your local channels and all of that. So basically, they are both visible, and they are pushing out their content on different platforms, and they are still getting their customers. And then Temo also now gave another insight of this man, Pastor Femi Lazarus and Pastor Dolapo Lawal. You see, say she was like anointed day, tongues fiery and all of that. But what makes them more known, or even the way they are now be like very popular in quotes now, is the fact that we can see them, we can hear them, we can now listen to their teachings and be like, oh wow. And then we're able to say, that man, let me send this video, and we're pushing it to other people because
Yeah,
it had blessed us. But if there was
that's true.
nobody to capture that moment, it would not have even blessed
Mm-hmm.
anybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That
Welcome
one
back.
is true. Thank you. I was saying something before my internet got cut off. Um, so I was saying that it is one of the reasons, or should I say, one of the lessons that I learned from
Mm-hmm.
being visible online is this: it is easier for you to get assistance when you are known.
Yeah.
It is easier, infinitely easier for you to find help when you are known. It reminds me of that part of the Christian Bible that says, to him that has more will be given, and to the one wey no get even the one wey get, e go collect am. I can't count how many times people have suffered terribly
Mm.
just because nobody had an idea who they were. And I can't count how
Mm.
many times I have received help in times of great need just because people knew me. Things that would take people weeks to gather, sometimes I have gotten them done in 24 hours or less. just because I was known. I had an identity online. And
Yeah.
people find it easier to help business owners who are actually visible.
Mm.
People find it easier to help business owners who are successful. The more successful you are, the easier it is for you to get help. But when you are still hustling, the likelihood of you getting help is limited to the few people who believe in your vision. So you must be visible. Otherwise, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I know how many times people who needed real serious help to get things done, like life threatening situations, were only able to get through because I took them out into the matter and I
Mm.
spoke about it. And I was able to raise some money for them really quickly. And that was able to sustain them till they found themselves out. So visibility is key on many levels. Now, we're not saying that everybody has to become a mega influencer online. That's not the point, though. But if you believe that you have something that the world needs to hear about, whether it is a
Yeah.
message within you, whether it is a product that you are selling, whether it is a business that you are growing, whether it is an interest that you have, start putting it out there. I often say that all of us now is like social media is like free TV channel and radio station that we have all been given. What you do with it is entirely up to you. If you like, waste it. There was a time when many of the things that we can post freely online right now, if it was in the days of television and radio, you have to pay for slots.
Yeah.
You have to pay for slots. And they will charge you, and traditional media is so expensive. And
Mm.
if you are not lucky, you may not even get any sales. So now we have a distribution channel that all we have are required to do is to produce good content that is relevant to the algorithm, and it will get pushed to people for free. The
Yes.
only cost you are incurring is your cost of production, your sweat equity. That's it. So yeah, I thought that was a nice one to chip in before we continue. So yeah, we can move on to the next one.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. We are live on Facebook at TMO Speaks and at web360.co. And we are also live on YouTube, Web360 TV. Join the conversation. Let us hear from you. What are the things that stood out for you, and how have you been able to even implement the things that you've learned so far from day 15 to day 18? Today is day 19 of the 25 days of financial bag boost, our mid-year reset. Okay, we've looked at Monday's topic, and then on Tuesday. So now to Wednesday, drum roll. The right behavior around money. The right behavior around money. And we had empty and TMO. So yes, um, although there were some technical issues, the network was not really stable, and we were not able to really hear so much from MTish. But TMO said we are going to bring MTish back, so would look at when that will be, and of
Okay.
course we are going to announce it to everybody. So yes, the right behavior around money. We looked at the wrong behaviors around money, and then we now also looked at the right and proper behavior one needs to have around money. So one of the things that was mentioned is the fact that we should see. Okay, yes. So Temo asked MT that what was the first thing that came to her mind when she heard the topic, or when she saw the topic, and MT was like, it is the game of money, like the the show, or the event rather, the game of money. And
Yeah.
MT went on to say that one needs to understand that money is crucial, but uh it's not the, how will I can't remember the word she used now. But what she was trying to say
Okay.
is that we should not idolize money.
Yeah.
We shouldn't
Don't.
idolize. And money is good. It helps us to afford things, exchange value, and all of that. But
Mm-hmm.
it should not be the entire thing about us. Some people,
Yeah,
money dictates their mood, it dictates
that's
their
true.
emotion.
That's very true.
Like they don't have money in their account, everybody is not fine in the house, and yes, and she also mentioned that we should know that it's a game. Sometimes you win, you some, and you try and win some, and sometimes you actually lose some, honestly. So don't make it seem as if it's the end of the world, possibly maybe when you lose some investment or all of that. So she said that, and then okay, yes, and then Temo was now giving example of the fact that she believes that some people have like anxiety around money. So she gave example,
True.
or she broke it down. What she meant is the fact that sometimes when some clients reach out to her, they are like, Temo, send your account now, 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 I have some money. Like she feels like they are
Mm-hmm.
not disciplined enough, that that money will be with them maybe for a long
Yeah,
time, and they will
yeah.
not use it for another thing. And they have the mind to invest, they want to make the right decision, but they can't have that large much discipline of, oh, let me not use this money to do another thing, let me just send it now, now, now. Then MT now brought up
Yeah.
another point that some people have fear for money, and she said she does not
Mm.
blame us in itself, or like people like entirely, but it's because there has been a way that there has been a way that there has been a way that um we have been taught about money from childhood, that even when we are talking about money, it's always from the place of fear of, this thing now is expensive, this one, that one is that one. We're not looking at it as though,
True.
ah let us use money, let's talk about investment, how can we multiply this money. It's just the major thing is manage,
Yeah.
manage, 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 manage the money that you're making. It's good to manage the money, but still think about it in further terms of, how can I multiply this thing and how it will serve me, right? So that's like some of the things that we looked at, and for me, I just feel like sometimes when some people will be like, I'm depressed or I'm sad or something, it's because they don't have money, honestly.
True.
It's because it's because they don't have money. Somebody, I saw a post, the person
Yeah.
say 99 problems, one solution. So in the 99 problem, there's a face that is moody. And in the one solution, there was money in the person that, yes.
Hey, voila.
Jare. What's your own take on the behavior around money, or when have you felt like, this there's such anxiety around money that I don't like, and this thing.
So again, like I said, dysfunctional environment produces dysfunctional coping mechanisms. The reason why many of us have
So I personally used to have this anxiety about, make this money no finish, make this money no finish. Anytime like a sizable amount of money comes into my hand, my first fear is, hey, like there's this silent fear that, this money could soon finish, this money could soon finish. So you will not want to, like, this I should have just paid for straight up, like just pay and move away. Like that time, that's the time that one of your family members will now remember to send you a message. That's when this person will show up. So there's that, and normally, I'm supposed to give this person, but the sheer anger of the fact that this thing just entered my hand and is about to start making an exit journey again. So I will hoard the money for as long as, because the emotion of having money in our account makes us feel secure. Meanwhile, it's a dysfunctional emotion, because I realized that every time I was afraid of money finishing, the money eventually finished. So it was not the fear that was the problem. The problem was the lack of knowledge on how to manage, one, myself around money, and two, my my thought process about how money is made. So there's this concept called financial confidence. Financial confidence basically, it was a concept I first heard from this American Chinese coach. I can't remember his name now. Dan Locke. Dan Locke was saying that the financial confidence is more important than financial security. And I was like,
Okay.
what do you mean by that? And he was saying that financial confidence is the mindset that if everything you have today is taken away
Yeah.
from you, that you can produce money whenever you need it. That the ability to be able to generate cash on demand is more important than feeling like, oh, I have money in my account, therefore I'm secure. And that was a powerful one for me because that was what changed. So it made me to stop. It made me to stop. It redirected my focus. It helped me to know this is what is important. This fear, and I've always said that the antidote to fear is knowledge, anyways. The moment I understood that no matter how scared I am about the money finishing, it does not stop the money from finishing. What stops the money from finishing is my ability to produce another one.
Hmm.
So if I am anxious, my anxiety should be how do I increase my financial competence and my financial confidence, my ability to produce cash on demand. So that changed it for me, and I think that was an interesting one you brought up. And yeah, let's move to the next one.
Thank you. Yes, on Thursday we had MMM. Triple M. Although is on marriage, marital money matters. Like
That one is always a hot subject.
marital, you can see it in two ways. Like marital money matters, like it's important, right? And there is
Yeah.
also marital money matters, like everything that has to do with marriage and money. So we had Coach Adetutu Afolabi join us on the virtual stage with PMO yesterday.
Mm.
And honestly, like I said earlier, I was wowed. All the sessions have been great, but yesterday the dimension that yes the teaching came from was sort of very very enlightening, and I'm not married yet, so I'm just hearing the gist that two married women are talking, and I'm smiling, and I'm like, hey, okay, hmm, you know. Still mention the fact that um there was a time, she just gave
Mm.
personal example, and there was a time that she and her husband had like different financial goals. They
Yeah.
are both good in their life, in love and everything that they talk. Not that one is not the problem. But if it's that you have your money, I have my money, I buy what I want to buy, you spend what you
Mm-hmm.
want to spend, you are not having this discussion, okay, so what are we doing now? Where is this money going to? Something like that. So she said until about maybe 6 years into the marriage or so, they now started like
Yeah.
now breaking down and working together, having a planned goal, like in unison. So we are both contributing towards this particular goal financially, and we have a
Absolutely.
financial destination as a couple. And it's not that
Mm-hmm.
you are
Mm-hmm.
doing your own, doing my own, and then we come together and say, "Hi, are you fine? Okay, you're fine." We go back again and do our thing. But um, so yes, so after a while, like into the marriage, they were able to have that understanding and say, you know what, for us to progress and for us to get to where we are going to faster, we need to get this conversation uh, done around money together, and also like be in unison about money. And then Coach Adetutu also mentioned the fact that there are
Okay.
some people that they hide their investment. They will say, I'm keeping it as a
Uh,
surprise, or I don't want my wife to know about it, or something like that. She now gave
mm.
an example of someone that she's aware of, that the couple rather, that the husband and the wife, they both have, like, they, I think they were laid off of their work or something, and then that's not even the issue. They both have buildings, like two separate properties that has not been completed, and none of, like, they don't know about it. So it was until maybe like the money was not coming and they were not able to complete it. So in that situation, Coach Adetutu was like, if they had put money together, they would have had at least one house finished up, not having two uncompleted buildings. Then another thing she also mentioned is the fact that we should understand that the way you are coming into a marriage with somebody, the way the person has always known about money right from when they were young is always going to be with them. So you should be able to understand where the person is coming from before you can now, lodge in quote your own opinion or options about money on that person. So she gave herself as an example. She said she's a Nina Lowo babe, right? That if she wants to buy something, she doesn't check the price tag, she just spends. And if she's going to forget some days later, does not mind. But she said over time, even into the marriage, she has learned to come to understand that because her husband is not like that. She feels that her husband is very stingy. That's what she said. That
Okay.
why you have money and you're not spending it. So later on, she said she was able to now understand where it's coming from, and they both came to a common ground. And she
Mm.
now says, oh, I will check the price, not necessarily because I cannot afford it, but because I know that there is a goal I want to achieve, so I should be able to
Yeah.
cautiously spend instead of just spending and blowing money anyhow. So she said one thing couples
Yeah.
need to know is that you are marrying the person's financial history right from when they were young.
Mm.
Maybe they were children that their daddy would just give them credit card or the debit card or something, or
And they
just
go
dash
and
them
blow
money
it.
and say, you know what, yes, go. And you now marry into a family that the husband is saying, no, let's do this one. You budget this, She said it was strange to her. So that
Mm.
was like part of what we was spoken about. And also another thing that was mentioned is the fact that you are together. You should have you should work in alignment. Like there should be that conversation of money, whether you are investing the money in you, whether it is school fees or children, like how you split the bills in your house should be discussed. Everything should be discussed, even to the stage of, okay, someone just, you're not married yet officially, but you are still dating and cutting on all of that. You should be able to have money conversations. Ask the person who will be paying school fees, who would be buying this thing, who will pay the workers in the house, who would pay for these chores and all of that. And then
Yeah.
tell give a funny example that because she and her husband at the time, they were not having like money conversations together, and they were not planning together, that both of them had dashed somebody money before. It's just, for
Wow.
example now, if maybe she gave the person, let's say, 5 naira, her husband too gave the person 5 naira, and the person eventually got much more, and both of them, when they now realize, they're not like, "Ah, why did we just do give away like this? We should have come together and give the money as one." So Coach Adetu was like, yes, even if you are giving to your mother, give the money as one. My husband and I are giving you this money. My husband and I are giving you this. My wife and I want to support you with this, He said, give it as one. Even sometimes some people say, he's not going to spend, he's not going to give because of his wife. Say, let them talk. You
Mm.
are the one that know where you are
Mm.
going to in your family, the family goal
Yeah.
that you are heading towards. I tell you, if I continue,
Obviously, it
I
was a
was
very
just,
loaded class, and it's a charged one. It's a charged subject because
yes,
that point you made about you are marrying your partner's financial history. Hey. So I have this weird thing about marriage, right? That if you look at marriage as sort of like a technology, because technically speaking, marriage is social technology.
hey, is it
Technology.
me? The volume is low. at your end.
Oh, really? How about now?
Okay, fine.
All right. So I was saying that I consider marriage to be a social technology. And if you look at it as that, you will realize one thing. By default, if left to chance, marriage is more likely to fail than it is likely to succeed.
Mm.
By default, if left to chance, without mentorship, without preparation, without people asking certain questions. Because I feel like we have, our own generation has over romanticized marriage.
Mm.
So we are always focused on the emotional hula balloons, the emotional high and low, the butterfly in my stomach, and all those things. And because that is majorly what is pushed, you know, in media, this people don't get to understand that what they are actually doing is that they are about to found an institution, a social institution, and that the chances of success is directly proportional to the amount of mental preparation that was done,
Mm.
of which asking the questions about money is very important.
Mm.
Uh, Sometimes I would say that I'm very happy I did not get married at 25. People were like, why would you say that? Why would you, Kini? Yeah, like, because then we all thought that marriage and relationship was all about being a good person. Oh, if I am good, if I am nice, if I am kind, that is all that is needed. Hello? There's a whole lot more that is needed than you just having good intentions. And that is where preparation comes in. And that is where adequate financial preparation, for example, comes in. Mental preparation or financial mental preparation or mental financial preparation, I don't know which one is, comes in. Because then, so that when the days come, you are not going to be shocked. You're not going to be surprised. And because most people do their very best before marriage, in the sense that because you don't have that person yet, we always value something that we don't yet have. We desire it,
Mm.
we want it. And so people are more likely to change their behavior before marriage than after marriage,
Mm.
because there's always still that payoff that you're looking at, like, this person is going to be mine, this person is going to be mine, there's something to look forward to. So I would let me see how I can, improve myself and everything. But once that person is already married to you, the incentive to change has reduced. So it is very, very important that we ask all the important questions. We make all the important preparations before saying I do, so that one can up the chances, especially this aspect of money, because we've had all this, like some of our clients basically hide their investment from their husband. The day I heard it, I wanted to cry.
Mm. True,
Like,
true.
what? You hide your investment from your husband? I'm like, okay, oh. And I understood. So she's been buying the property in the names of her children, in her name, and all of that, and the husband cannot know.
Mm.
So that's it, Sha. That's what I wanted to add on that. Yeah.
I feel. Mm. You know, while you were talking, something came to my mind, and that was
Hmm.
a point in Chinyere distinguish her book, the
Yeah.
single, fruitful, fulfilled, SFF, right?
Hmm.
And one of the chapters, it talked about the fact that you should take responsibility for yourself, even as someone that is single. Like, take responsibility for yourself. And now that you're not joined with another person, you guys need to take responsibility for your future. And who are your future? Your children, the legacy that you want to leave behind. Even it's not just you and your husband should even have some money conversation. Even with your children, let them understand the goal. This is what we are achieving or trying to achieve. This is where we are going to, so that the family will run with a vision and not
mm,
division.
mm.
Don't mind me, I'm feeling myself.
Now so.
Okay. We're live on at TM Speak on Facebook and Rep360.co, and also Rep360 TV on YouTube. I'm not seeing any comments so far from our audience. Is it that we don't have any question? Even if we don't have any question, let us know how you've been, what you've learned from the day 15, even
Yeah,
till day 18 yesterday. Let us join
yeah,
the conversation. It's just me and Dakota have been here. We're just, you know, looking through everything and giving suggestions from our own personal view. Um Yes, we are a real estate company, Rep 360 Limited. We are the ones that brought this to you. Then the media research is powered by Rep 360, right?
mm,
Um, you want to join our team of realtor, you speak to Antonia. Her number is scrolling on the screen at the moment. Become a realtor with your 360 and earn out to earn a minimum of 1 million naira per month. Very beautiful. Very
mm.
beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. We have the numbers of our wealth advisors also pinned to the screen. You can talk to anybody, and they'll put you through and give you advice and even show you offers that will suit your investment choice, right? If you want to partner with us for that Cora investment, speak to any one of them as well. You can always get what you need, whether it's in Dubai, in the US, Maryland, Houston, Detroit, in the
Yeah.
UK. Yes, speak to anybody. If you want to get TMO books, you can call Josephine, the number Josephine right there on the screen. So yes, let us hear from you. Let us hear from you. Today is day 19, tomorrow is day 20. The 20 and day 4, we will not be live on YouTube or even on Facebook or IG. It will be on the WhatsApp community for those that registered at the beginning of the media research before we went live and all of that. We are in a community, a private community where we just discuss, and Temo is able to answer questions that you have. And yes, tomorrow by 8 p.m. we're going to be having some discussions on the group. And then on
Yeah.
Monday we continue. Monday will be day
Mhm.
21 and we are moving. Yay! I'm very, very excited anyways.
I do now.
Excitement, not too much. Okay.
I do
I don't
now.
know. Do you have any final word for us before we call it a night?
No, no, no.
Night.
I don't really have much to add again. I think we've done a pretty fantastic job at doing the recap, and people can marinate or ruminate over that over time, while we look forward to seeing each other again next week. So yeah, we're good.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We draw the cut. Here is where we draw the curtains. Bye bye.